What is going on, everybody? A little update. So my wife and I bought a property pretty close to our subdivision. Actually, our subdivision's right behind me, right across the street. Pretty close to our subdivision. It's 13 acres, potential building lot someday. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update of the property. There was an old house, which they're actually knocking down right now, an old red barn and a garage up front. And then we've got some grassy land, some fruit trees, and then a pond and some timber to the back that we're walking towards. But I wanted to make a couple videos about it, kind of document the property. We closed on it in March, and it was quite disgusting. Old house that was just really bad on the property, along with a lot of scrap. I think my dad and I took out 4 loads of scrap, a couple $1,000s worth of steel scrap. Over here in this fence row, there were 2 boats, a couple of trucks. The trucks I sold to some kids. A dually for like $100. I ended up selling it for like $700, and then I sold them like a Ford truck that had a transmission and engine in it. Had some 2-3 inch sapling trees growing up through the frame. I had to saw out from under it before we could pull it out with the tractor. And these kids got this truck running the very next day after I sold it to them. And then the day after that, they sent me a video of them doing burnouts with this truck. So those kids had a blast. So we're about midway back in the property, and they kind of let this area grow up. It's pretty thick and nasty. This is kind of the area where a potential house would sit someday. We've planted a bunch of eastern red cedars you see along this for privacy on both sides. So right in here, there was a boat, a lot of scrap. You can kind of see the trail we had going in there to get that out. Mosquitoes are really bad right now. And then you enter this back area, and there's this so a house would sit right up here potentially someday. And you got this back area overlooking the pond that I've actually started draining because it's disgusting. It's a swamp, needs a lot of work. Potentially a little food plot going on right here. And then we head back towards the pond. And then we basically own all the way to that neighbor's house right there. So come back towards the pond. Bunch of scrap came out of the woods right there. We got kind of a dam we cleaned up going over the pond. Should have done an update and video just to document. We've done a lot of work in the last couple months. And we're draining the pond. That's disgusting. You can see how gross it is. We're gonna reshape the banks, take all these trees out around, you can see down the dam and around the edge, take all those trees out, get rid of those, reshape the banks, dig it out a little bit deeper. It's silted in pretty good. And hopefully make that into a pretty nice pond, make it probably a little bit bigger as well. And then we get past the pond, and probably the only negative about this piece of land, because it's pretty awesome, 13 acres, is our neighbors have been relatively okay, but we've got a mobile home park on the back end that we share a property line with. So I've had to chase some kids off and whatnot from the mobile home park. So, and then we have this woods that extends back to the mobile home park, probably 4.5, 5 acres of woods. It's got some real nice mature trees in it. Does have deer, red fox, coyotes, even got one picture of a turkey. And then one thing I really like about it though, even though there is a mobile home park back there, look at the size of this red oak right here, but there's this really steep ridge that makes it kind of challenging to get to here from the mobile home park. So that's real nice. Then on the other side of the property, we got a bunch of maples. We've planted an orchard and some raspberries and things like that. and just overall cleaned up a lot of trash and whatnot. I will give you guys a tour of the house. I know it's coming down, but I took the video before it come down. What's going on, everybody? This is the house that we are getting ready to demolish. Did not get a good video of it before we took all the siding off of it, took the door off of it, etc. But wanted to give a quick tour of the place. You walk in, it's very nice. If like poop or something on the walls there. There's a room over here. It's real nice. Ceiling's coming down. Video really doesn't do how yucky it is in here justice. Other room, you know, some stuff on the floor. Really something. Going over here, you got a little water leak action, a little black mold action. The dungeon basement, disgusting. Here's the living room. There was a wood burning stove I took out there. Ooh, this room's kind of fun. So this room has a couple dead birds right down in here. And then, not sure if you can see this, but when you jump, the whole room and floor shakes. Something special there. Usually got to pay extra for that. Then we go over to our lovely kitchen. We've got a nice plant tied to the wall. Nice little saggy floors. Some real nice kitchen cabinets. I tell you what, down here, when your sink starts leaking, if you just keep putting your more and more pots and pans, the leak just goes away. The pots and pans just fix the leak magically and it just goes away. Don't need to worry about your cabinet floor falling in or nothing. Nice little bathroom. One interesting fact about this place is when we took possession of it, the previous people, whether when they were cleaning out or whatever, they dropped the deuce in the toilet and just left it for us. Pretty nice. Oh, then head on up these old stairs. And you got two rooms up here. After you get through the cobwebs, you got a nice couple rooms up here. Nice broom, even though I didn't think they ever used it. And another couple rooms, and you look across the street, and our house is just over down that way. Excavator is parked right there outside this window. Hopefully she isn't standing tomorrow. That would be the goal. I cannot wait till this thing is on the ground and this turns into woods. There's a mushroom patch right here that I'm standing in. We're getting a little late in the season, but, oh, there's one. So, got a mushroom right here. So it does grow some mushrooms, which is awesome. But I'm gonna go put some gas in my sump pump, get that thing running, and yeah, we'll see. Oh, I knocked one over, unfortunately, on the trail. So we'll leave him. Oh, there's another one. Nice mushroom, yellow mushroom right there, or blondes, or whatever people call them. Another one there. So let some of these go to seed. Hopefully we have some next year. And but we're gonna get some gas in our pump, keep draining this pond, and we'll see you guys on the next video. The next video will actually, I'm gonna have a time lapse of the house demo. That'll be pretty cool. Subscribe to check that out. I'm also, though, going to have a video of what happens when you put a free boat on Facebook Marketplace. So subscribe, follow along to check that out. And then we'll have maybe some food plot updates out here. But been really busy. That's why we haven't got any like food plot content down at the main farm or anything like that. It's been it's been a lot trying to get this place and cleaned up a little bit. So we'll see you guys all in the next video. Hope you enjoyed going on a quick tour of the property, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.